Donald Trump is so desperate to get back on Facebook that his lawyers recently argued in court that he was not subject to Facebook's terms of service because he was, in fact, a government entity. A government entity. In Facebook, you cannot ban a government entity from being on your website. Ha ha, case closed. We win. Welcome back, Donald. Okay, no. In fact, I don't even have to read the opinions of the legal experts out there because this is pretty stupid. First and foremost, this is pretty much the exact same argument he's trying to make with Twitter. Hey, you can't ban me because I'm a government entity. So let's tear that apart. First and foremost, you're a private citizen. Your term is over. It ended months ago. 9 months ago almost at this point. 9 months you have been a private citizen of the United States of America. So no, you cannot go to court and argue that you're a government entity. Even if you're a former president, you're still a former president, no longer a government entity that wields any power or any control over the government itself. Therefore, you would in fact be subject to the terms of service according to your own legal arguments. Second, for that argument to be true, that he was in fact a government entity, those accounts would have had to have been created for the sole purpose of sending out messages during his administration. And because both accounts were created before he became a president, your argument's already null and void. That's it. End of argument. I don't have to say any more. I've just torn it apart 2 different ways, and I'm not even a lawyer. That's how weak and pathetic these legal arguments that Trump's lawyers are trying to offer, because they know they have nothing. If they had a good argument, they would have tried to make a good argument here, but they didn't. So the big question is, of course, why does Donald Trump want to get back on Facebook and Twitter so badly? Well, because he's felt his power diminish. He does not have the reach that he used to. He does not have the audience that he used to. He is effectively barking in the dark, praying that Liz Harrington, his spokesperson, can get his idiotic statements out there to the press, and if they do, hope that the press actually takes them seriously and reports on them. He is at the mercy of everyone else. Liz Harrington, the media, the folks on Twitter. And if he can't get those messages out, then he feels, pretty emasculated. Effectively impotent, but of course not in the way you're thinking. More like impotent in terms of power. Impotent in terms of influence. But that is exactly what he is, and that is exactly what he deserves. You knew the terms of service. Actually, you didn't. I know you didn't read them. Nobody reads them. I haven't read them. I don't know what it says. I don't know what I've agreed to, just like the rest of you out there. But we do know this. You agreed to them, so you're bound by them. And no, you didn't do it while you were a government entity, and you're sure as hell not a government entity now. And with any luck, you'll never be a government entity again. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.